Hey guys, welcome to episode number 8. I'm going to be talking a little bit about potty training. I think Esper's going to come join us too. Do you want to join us? Come here. Come here, sweetie pie. So today we're going to be talking about potty training. This has been a heck of a journey for us. You can see they're starting to really get along. But first, before we get into potty training, I want a little bit talk about human training. I think the most important thing that I've learned so far in this experience is that you can't get frustrated. I think most people go into this thinking they're not going to have accidents, or it's going to be easy, or they expect the frequency of what their accidents are going to be different than what it actually is. I think of Aura as a like a leaky hose. She continues to pee all the time, but we've seemed to figure it out. So that's the first thing. Go into the experience just being patient. You know, puppies, you'll watch them and you'll see when a defecation or urination is just, they can't even control it. They're just walking up and it happens. You see that. Then there's the other times you really have to find and reward where you can see that they go, oh, I see what I'm doing and why I'm being rewarded. So it's about, finding those learning opportunities in your experience. The other thing I would say is, if you get a puppy this young, you really should consider taking some time off to spend the first few days with your puppy. I mean, partly because they're going to want to get into a routine with you, and it's best if you're around to watch them like a hawk. Because again, every accident is a learning opportunity. So what you want to do, depending on how your house is, and I'll explain a little bit more, is if you can catch the puppy right as they're going to go, grab them, take them outside, use treats as a reward if they're a food-motivated dog, and lots of praise. And every time they go outside, you have to praise them. You cannot punish them for going to the bathroom in your house. If you start that sort of vibe, they're going to think that going to the bathroom is a bad thing. And that's not what we want to do. So if you come home and you have a new puppy and you find that there has been accidents, those are lost causes. You can't yell at them. They don't know what you're talking about. It's not natural for a dog to understand and control their bladder like we're asking them to do. So we have to get them into a routine of doing it. So Aura was, I wouldn't say she was a tough housebreak. She was actually pretty easy. We had to make sure that we followed her around like crazy those first few days. You want to get into frame? Good girl. And once we found her timings, it became important. So we noticed when she woke up from a nap, within 10 seconds she was peeing. So she went outside every time she peed. You got to be ready to be going outside with your dog a ton of times. I'm talking once an hour, depending on how young they are. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Once they start getting it, especially if they're treat motivated like Aura is, they understand, like, oh, if I go outside, if I go in my spots, I get a reward. Here's a little issue we've had. I live in a second floor. I have a second floor unit. I have a lot of space in my unit, but it's the second floor. The timing isn't, when you find them in an accident, you stop them, you want to be able to go right outside and put them where they need to go, and good job. What we found is a good interim is one of those grass pads. I'll put a link in the description. So what we did is kind of an intermediate step, is we put one of those fake grass pee pads in our house by the door we used to go out of. And so when she started having an accident, I'd pick her up and put her on the grass. I would say, good girl. And within 3 days, this dog is very smart, she would go, oh, I'm supposed to go on that thing. So when she had one of her conscious micturations, not one of the ones that just happen, when she goes, oh, I have to go to the bathroom, she would walk over to the grass and she would do it. And if I caught that, lots of praise, lots of love, lots of treats. So this was our routine for a few days. It's been tough, I tell you, because going to work, having work schedules, dealing with the potty, dealing with that. One thing that does help if you have a stubborn dog that doesn't like to potty train is crate training. Dogs inherently don't like to go to the bathroom where they sleep. So using a crate teaches them to hold their bladder and to wait. And if you take them right after the crate, you can see that they start to understand it a little. They start to understand it really quickly. I think that's part of the reason why Aura did so well so fast. But it's been an experience. I mean, I think, again, the most important thing is training yourself to be patient and to understand that until you and your dog develop a communication where they understand your signals, they understand your commands, they understand what you want, you cannot get frustrated. They just sense the frustration. So all they're getting from you is frustration. They're not getting clear, concise signals on what they need to be doing. And what's cool is they once they realize, it's like, oh crap, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. That gets the part of their brain that they want to help and they want to do something that they're rewarded for. So any other questions for potty training, please let me know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we went through. So far it's been pretty smooth. I've been really surprised. First couple of days were tough, and I've been reading a lot about this, about different techniques and what and when and how, and what was the best way to do it. So I would say getting a puppy, make sure you read more than I did, or more than I did before I got the puppy, and then also watch videos from more professionals than me, specifically for Borzois and for Sighthounds. Esper never did anything in the house. This dog, it was easy. I was like, oh, Borzois are great. You just buy them and they don't pee in the house. Aura is much younger than when we got Esper, and she just has to learn how to control herself. But she is doing an incredible job. Next, we're going to be working on all of our commands. She's already learned how to sit. I'll show you some of the tricks that I used to get her to sit. We're working on stay, which is another big, really important one, especially from a Sighthound. We're working on some fetch. I don't think that one's going to happen. Borzois really don't like to fetch. They have no real retrieve brain, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get her to do it. I'm trying to think what else. So yeah, I'll link the grass pad in the the other thing. So that was the intermediate. We used the grass pad for a while. Once she started getting the hang of it and holding her bladder a little longer, we took it away. We took it away too soon. She didn't really get to it, so we put it back. And now I think in the next few weeks we'll be able to remove the grass pad completely without having any problems. So it works as a good intermediary, but you also have to remember that at some points it is a temporary thing. You want them to associate the grass more so than the spot. So, that's another thing. Every time your dog pees or poops in the house, that smell can trigger them. That will trigger that kind of instinctual going to the bathroom. So you have to make sure you clean those up. Just go crazy on them, and don't be surprised, and don't get mad at your pup. Okay, well, thank you guys. If any other questions, let me know. I'm going to continue training these little monsters. Really appreciate it. See you guys soon. Bye.
You good? Good job. You came and joined us. Mwah.